can sit here.
You sit there?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the press conference of the player of the match, Mr. Diogo Costa. We will take questions in English, Portuguese, German, and Slovenian, which are the available translations. So without any further ado, we can start with the first question over there.
Lusa.
Olá, boa noite. Diogo Costa, parabéns.
Good evening, Diogo. Congratulations on qualifying and on getting this award. I'd like you to tell us about that play when Cesc was alone in your face and you stopped that shot. What did you think for those 2 seconds when you saw him galloping towards you? Well, first of all, what I thought was, I need to stop this. I gave it my best. I tried to read his body language, and thankfully I managed to help the team, which is the key thing. Do you think this was the game of your life? And what did Ricardo told you before the penalty shootout? I guess he didn't tell you to take off the gloves. No, I think this is probably the best game of my life, maybe the game where I was most useful, and Ricardo, as well as everyone else, gave words of encouragement, and I focused on doing this for them as well. First of all, congratulations on your display tonight. As for the penalty shootout, we lack the words to describe what happened. Please tell us a little of what happened when you realized that there was the penalty shootout and then you stopped the first one, the second one, the third one, and then Bernardo scored the decisive goal. Well, I just went with my gut. Of course, we analyze the penalty shooters, but players change and they change the way they shoot. But I had to go with gut. That's what I felt. And I'm very, very happy. And I'm also very excited to have helped the team. And that's the main thing.
Did that give you and the rest of the players?
Que confiança é que deu à equipa o facto do Cristiano ter falhado o penalti e depois ter ido ao primeiro e marcado o primeiro?
Pode repetir aqui a sentimos que
we all felt that we needed to keep believing. Myself and Chris, everybody makes mistakes, but the most important thing is what we do after these mistakes. We need to believe in ourselves, and that's what we did. We believed until the very end, and we're all very happy. We're all very happy, and now we want to play France. I was narrating, I was on co-coms, and I saw your expression whenever the time came for Slovenia to shoot. And you looked like you knew you were going to stop it. So this idea that you're going to stop it, do you have this type of confidence? Did you know that you were going to be successful, or is this just the way you want to look? The impression you want to give? No, I focused as hard as I could. I breathed in several times and I went with my gut, like I said. But the most important thing is the work you put in. If we don't trust ourselves, who's going to trust us? I believe in the work I put in, and the most important thing is always to help the team.
it's like 17.4 or 1 in every 6 penalties. So is it something that you were talented from your young age, or is it something you train on, or did you study the players of Slovenia? How did it go, and how did you manage to save 3 penalties in a row?
Yes, like I said, we look into every player, but I've said that already. But like I said, this time I just went with my gut. I focused on the most important thing, to help the team. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. And the key word is work, work, work. This comes first, and sometimes you reap the fruit.
Many times. Today you were able to save him to a degree. How much does it mean for you to have been involved in an incident that means so much to him? Because we could see the tears, we could see how frustrated and upset he was, and we could see his apology to your fans when he scored his penalty.
We all know that Chris is the hardest worker. I understand how frustrated he is because he devotes all of his time to this. I can tell you that for me, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to play on the same team, but we're here for the family. Like Pep says, we're a family. I believe in the work we put in. I focused on making the best of these chances. I wanted to help the team. And this is the most important thing for me, and hard work.
Coach, ready?
With us is Coach Maciej Kek for the Slovenian national team. We'll take 5-6 questions, please, for the coach. Let's start from here in the front. Please wait for the microphone, state your name and the media house. Can I have a show of hands so I know who is the next question, please? Thank you. Can you sit down, please? Can you have a seat?
Hi, this is Andrej Milkovic for Equipa. What are you feeling after the events of tonight? And what do you want Slovenia to feel when going to bed, even if they're not be able to sleep? Well, when losing a game, one does not celebrate. We feel a bitterness with so much sweetness on the other hand. I do hope that this tournament will be a starting point for the future of Slovenian football. I have spoken about a lot of things in the past month, because a lot of things have come true. Saying that I'm proud of the players would be repetitive. You have seen how they play. And I would like to congratulate Portugal. One has to know how to win on penalties, and they have brought it home. When it comes to the Slovenian national team, I'm sad that we have to go back. I would like to stay in Germany, but not as a tourist. The match was in the hands of Portugal, but with time Slovenia was getting bigger and bigger. And timid, small Slovenia in the beginning was having 4 minutes before the end a sitter. And I can say we did not have a lot of luck in this tournament, but we have a national team that is motivated, that will be the driving force in the games and tournaments to come. I'm sorry for the fans. I'm sorry for this huge energy, because people did not believe we could play such a tournament. Unfortunately, we did not manage to win, but as mentioned, Portugal has deserved the win. Luka Petric for Radio Slovenia. Coach Kik, there's a lot of questions, but I would like to ask about the thing you said last. No matter who will be leading this national team. Yes, you have heard well. Well, whoever will be doing this, I'm not excluding anybody. And this national team is set, and the players are the most important one. I would like to actually thank our federation for organizing this. I knew we were not gonna disappoint, and I have said I believe in those players. Of course they're sad today, and this confirms my viewpoint. It would be pathetic to speak about how they are heroes and so on and so forth. No, those are players who have created a national team cult we have been missing in Slovenia. They have proven themselves in practice, even those who were not playing the games, what it means to be playing for the Slovenian national team. I am the smallest factor in this team, and let me repeat it. You have no idea what a privilege it is to be leading such a national team, and that we can play the biggest teams in Europe and the world.
Boa noite, Mister. Diogo Reis, bola na rede. De um modo geral, qual é que foi a principal estratégia?
Sorry. Ok.
De um modo geral, qual é que foi a principal estratégia para...
Generally speaking, what was the main strategy to stop Portugal from building its usual type of game?
Well, my idea was that we will not be trying to go hand in hand with Portugal. We have managed to pass the 15-20 minutes. We have shown that we did wake up. We knew that ball possession will not be the same, and that our goalkeeper will be having quite a lot of work to do. But with time, we've seen the Portuguese players become a little bit nervous. Then we had a few situations of the referee. Red card for me. I was just asking why a penalty, but you know, we had a game plan, and I think it's good that the Portuguese national coach gave a few compliments to us. But you probably admit that you had a tightness in your chest in the 116th minute. No matter the team you play with, you have to go through these moments. We wanted to bring this match as far as possible, even though we had problems with our physical preparedness. I think we have played well, but Portugal was playing better. They have this exquisite game with passing. They had more opportunities. That's why I congratulate them and wish them to go all the way.
Ja, to so zgodbe, ki jih piše nogomet. Jaz sem predvsem...
This is football, and the stories of football. I'm glad he is back after all his problems. and the situation of his life, in his life, he is back on the pitch. Speaking about penalties, maybe you have played yourself or are an expert on this. To go and have a penalty, one has to have courage. I respect people who take the opportunity, and I don't know, maybe that was our fate. I would like him to carry on. He was a full member of this national team, and he probably doesn't have much time left, but I believe his health will hold up. Jakobatic for 24 tur. Congratulations. I would like to ask what you spoke about in the huddle. I don't know, do you not understand me? Maybe I'm talking to a wall. Oh, you are not with us quite often. We never speak about the huddle, about the locker room. This is respect to the whole team, to the players, to the emotions that can vary so much in such situations. It would not be appropriate for me to speak about what was talked about. I do not have any ill will concerning this, but as long as I am here, I will not be speaking out about this. It was not easy to speak, if you can imagine my situation. Well, I would probably prefer being on your side today. You have spoken about the match a lot. I was asking about penalties last time, if you have rehearsed them. Don't ask such stupid things. One can do 30 penalty kicks and then one doesn't get a score in such situation. Even the biggest maestros of the football in history have missed them. One of the biggest stars in the world has not converted a penalty kick in the meantime. I am not here to be debating about whether we have trained this or not. And if we do the match again in 5 hours, maybe we would have won. And let me repeat, coming all the way to here is very good. We are sad and disappointed to have lost, but I think this is a good starting point for the national team. Hello, national team, for Sport Club. We remember a few thoughts from the game against Denmark. You said that in the next tournaments the team will be starting better, but what is the experience of this time? How can they finish the tournaments even better? Oh, so it was not good enough? Are you not happy with the result? Oh, so you are now. Okay. For what we have set as our goal for this national tournament, I think we have exceeded expectations, but this is the reality of Slovenian football. Well, they're young, aggressive, they play offensive football. This makes no sense. They're disciplined, motivated, aggressive, with love to the coat of arms they play for, and in the end, they have quality. They are young players. Just take a look at the experiences of the Portuguese national team and the experience of our national team. And I hope everybody will receive the opportunity to work towards even have more understanding when mistakes are made. And then I think we will be having more joy in the Slovenian football sphere. Thank you to all sports colleagues who have wished us luck. I would like to give them back the double. I will be rooting for volleyball, for tour, for basketball. That is the Slovenian culture, and we should be proud of this. Today we have football, tomorrow basketball, and so on and so forth. But please we will be having defeats. Let's not be destructive after the one defeat. We have heard a lot of skepticism, and I've said I'm not perfect, the players are not perfect, but there are so many opportunities for improvement, especially with players, not so much with me. And every second of experience they've gained at this tournament will be of use for them. But we are also specialized for something where it is destructive. Let's not fight as long as we're here in Germany. As you see, we are improving in many different areas, but I think we can play even better football. But I think it's impossible to fight even more. I believe the players had an incredible energy and got so many Slovenians to the tournament.
Is at the start of what looks like a very, very good career. You know, obviously had difficult moments during the game, didn't get his chance to take a penalty. How do you hope this will help shape his career or make him, you know, a bigger, better person for the next time this opportunity comes?
Ja, na eni strani eden od največjih.
On the one hand, this is one of the biggest players in the world who has so much experience in this regard. His emotions show respect for Slovenia, and that is what I'm content with. Our young team has a lot of room for improvement, and I think the start of his career is very good. But I am his biggest supporter, and I have nothing but respect for him. I think his career will be exceptional. Let's not have the last question. Just maybe not today. Coach, at the first presser, I asked what the national team has to do to have a reception like in Germany to be replicated in Ljubljana. We were talking about water salutes, and I think you have left the impression that Slovenia will be expecting you in this way. I don't know. Emotions after a defeat make it difficult to think about this. I think our colleagues at the Federation will know what to do. It's not easy for us, whether we deserve such a reception or not. There's no medal, we have not made the finals, but we have definitely left an impression. Emotions, incredible energy, and the striving to repeat. Maybe there will be hundreds of people, thousands of people, maybe nobody will come to this reception. But I think all the players deserve respect for what they have shown, how to fight for the national team, for the national colors, how they sung the national anthem. And I would like to thank them for that. How this reception will turn out, I don't know. I am not a master of ceremonies, and I'm not a fan of big stages. They have a break right now and then move to club matches. I think they have really focused on what is in front of them, and what they were interested in was the national team. Let's be fair. How many times we've waited for this, and now we have gotten this opportunity. Now we have to be smart about it. Stupid people could throw everything away, and I will do any and everything to prevent.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the post-match press conference of Portugal. with the team head coach, Mr. Roberto Martinez. Questions in English, Portuguese, German, and Slovenian. Without any further ado, we can go ahead and start here.
Bonito, Mr. Andrés Frente Jornal Record. Antes de mais, dar-lhes parabéns.
Good evening. Congratulations on the win. Well, we're used to having to work with the calculator. We didn't have to after the group stage, but today was hard. How did you make it through it, and how's the locker room? Well, I'm very proud of tonight. I loved our performance. Slovenia. Well, I think yesterday we said that games now, they hinge on details. And this is the size of it. If a team doesn't score, then it gets very hard. It was challenging for us, but we needed to show that the team can suffer through this, that we never throw in the towel, and I think we deserve to win in the 90 minutes. But I think Slovenia played a great game, and I really liked the strength and the concentration and the belief. And I know that the Portuguese people love our national team. Now we just have to look ahead. We have the quarterfinals against France. This hinged on details, but I think this gives us even more strength than winning a game by 2 or 3 goals.
Him and holding him, we saw how much emotion he had after missing and then taking the penalty. Can you explain what he means to you as a group, and how you might have to sometimes work with him to make him feel more confident and happy despite everything he's done in the past, because he carries that burden on his shoulders, doesn't he?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's a constant example for us. When you see a player, the only player, let's say, that has ever played 6 European Championships, and he's got that responsibility, that desire, that belief as a young man. Those emotions are incredible for someone that has won everything and has experienced everything. He doesn't need to care that much, and that's why I thank him for being the way he is, for caring for the group, for being someone that after missing a penalty, which only the penalty takers can miss penalties, and you have to give credit to the goalkeeper. He was the first penalty taker. I was certain that he had to be the first penalty taker and show us the way to the victory. And I think we're all very, very proud of our captain. The dressing room was delighted with what he's done, and I think he gave us all a lesson that you need to live every day as the last one. You need to have real high standards and never give up. Life and football gives you difficult moments, and the way he reacted is a real example that we are very proud in Portuguese football.
Here on the left.
Olá, Roberto.
Olá.
João Pai vem direto para a CNN de Portugal. Gostava que nos falasse um bocadinho sobre as substituições.
Could you tell us a little about the subs? At 90 minutes, you took off Vitinha and then Francisco Conceição, playing somewhere we're not used to seeing him. Can you tell us a little about that? I think the pitch. It wasn't good. It doesn't help the team who plays on the ball. But I'm not saying that it's bad for Portugal and good for Slovenia. No. It's a slow pitch. It's a very unstable pitch. And Slovenia suffered on the ball the same way we did. I think the inside game with Vitinha and Bruno couldn't work. We needed to run risks. We needed to have, if we played an inside game, we'd be favoring Slovenia. But I wanted the game to be played wider, and Chico could do that. And for that, I had to take Vitinha off. and we tried to run the risk with players in the box like Jota. He goes fouled in the box. The underlying idea was to have Ruben Neves on the pitch because he's a good penalty shooter, and we wanted to use the energy that Nelson Semedo could bring. And now, in hindsight, it was a good decision to change 8 players in the game against Georgia. You've said that you are proud about tonight, but I tell you, the millions of Portuguese that were watching suffered a lot, so suffering is another key word. What can you tell the Portuguese people before the game against France? I can tell you that the locker room knows how to suffer. The team is very united, we're very resilient. We know we have amazing players. Individual talent is on display for everyone to see, but today we had a number of players who give it their all for the national team. Talent is part of it, but if you want to win, you need more. And we showed we have that in spades. We're very passionate, and the fans can be very proud. It was tough, but winning teams know how to weather the storms. And now we need to keep doing what we're doing and making the best of this talent.
Yeah.
In German, could you say something about Joao Palhinha? And do you think whether he's good enough to come to Bayern Munich?
The speed of Šeško, his sporar, and then the second balls, and he was exceptional. He's not just good enough for Bayern, I think he would improve Bayern. I think he's someone that he makes the other players around him better. He's in the best moment of his career after winning a lot of things in Portugal. Then he goes to the Premier League and he had the perfect performances. He deserves whatever comes his way, but I think the performance today speaks louder than whatever I can say. I can speak about the man, which is even bigger than the performance that you saw today.
Boa noite, Roberto Martinez aqui, Luís Garopa da agência Lusa.
Congratulations on winning. This was a very emotion-filled night. The suffering, there was a lot of partying, but we'll be playing France in 3 days. How do you deal with this? How do you work? There was 120 minutes, all this exhaustion, and France is coming in 4 days. We're ready for that. During the group stage, all the players physically managed to get some minutes in, so I think all players are ready to come on at any moment. And as head coach, that's what we want. We don't want days off. We want to be here. Now we're focused on France. This is a historic team for Portuguese and for the national team. 2016 will always be a key moment. And now we'll have games like Spain, Germany, England, Switzerland, Portugal, France. This Euros is red hot. And 3 days is enough to get ready for the next game. Looking ahead at the game against France, Portugal has had some trouble when you play teams like tonight, that you need patience and you play inside, outside, the wings, etc. But it's always tough. France is very strong, and things tend to get harder. But defensively, or on the attack, maybe there's more space behind the lines. So this is a stronger opponent, and they can cause more issues. But is it a better opponent because you'll have more chances? Well, it's some teams play like possession, others play deep. I think Slovenia played very well. They have a lot of, they're very synchronized, but I think we played a good game. It was tough going today. The pitch was very slow, but we had 20 attacks, 11 corners. 3 players in their back line were carded, yellow carded. We didn't score a penalty kick. So Slovenia is very strong. They were Česko was one-on-one against Diogo Costa, and he was amazing, but I don't think it was a bad game. Games are tough. Look at England against Slovakia. And look at Switzerland against Italy. There are no easy games. But generally speaking, France defends very well. They also have very good attacking players, and we need to defend our final third. But I'm very pleased with what we've done today.
Is defending so low with their block. Do you feel your game gets too predictable with all those crosses inside the box towards Ronaldo?
No, predictable because we didn't score. If we score early in the first 20 minutes, the game opens, and I think you need to give credit to Slovenia. Slovenia defended well. When we broke the final line, Oblak made fantastic interventions. The penalty is an action that it happens, but I think we had a few good opportunities. We have to accept what it was, the pitch. It was a pitch that it helped the defensive team. It helped us when we didn't have the ball. In another pitch, maybe Sporar and Česko would use the spaces better. I think today we created chances. We didn't take them, but we never accepted defeat. I've seen many games that what happens is that the team that is out of possession, that is holding on, he gets to the 90 minutes and then he gets to the extra time, and then you accept defeat. It's not your day. You get emotional. You get a red card. You made a big mistakes, and then you don't focus on the penalties. We won the penalties. Our keeper saved 3 on a drop. The strength, the mental strength of the group was fantastic. For me, there are many things that allowed us to deserve the victory. We want to improve. Certainly, we always want to improve. We want to get better, but I'm extremely proud we are in the quarterfinals.
And the last question.
Hello, David Alvarez from El País.
Hello.
Considering in his last shootout against Arsenal, he didn't stop any. What's the big change between those 2 moments? Thank you.
Vou contestar em português. Acho que o Diogo Costa está num momento.
Diogo Costa is on form. I think his experience against Arsenal was very important. I think Diogo today went with his gut, went with his feeling, and he grew a lot. He's an amazing goalkeeper. He's a very well kept secret in Portuguese football. I've worked with a lot of good goalkeepers, and he's up there with the best. Now, answering your question, I think his maturity and his experience means that we now get to benefit from his performances. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow we travel to Marienfeld, and tomorrow there's no media agenda. See you tomorrow.